Greetings everyone. I hope you're keeping well. A special welcome to any new recruits who have not yet had the pleasure to meet. We are entering a more hopeful period as the days get longer and vaccines are rolled out. The Healthy Campus is kicking off the Heart, Head and Health campaign this week. We're offering our campus population a number of health and wellbeing programs, and hopefully they will see you through Lockdown 3.0. All the programs are free of charge to staff and students. Over the coming weeks, we will be entering a phase where more people will be vaccinated than have been diagnosed with COVID. We're beginning to win this fight, but we have to continue with our efforts to keep safe. For those feeling overwhelmed and isolated, we have support for staff under the Employee Assistance Programme. Our Knocknarea Arena will be used by the HSE for vaccination rollout. The HSE tell us they will need the facility until June, so when we do come back on campus later this semester, we will have to relocate our indoor sports activities. However, it's only right in these times that the Institute prioritises the use of its facilities for the good of the wider community. As you probably heard on the media, planning permission has been granted for the new designs of Block L and EO1, which is a new building attached to the Canteen MacMunn building where the existing J Block is. The construction work will commence over the summer. YADA will be located in the new Block L, including a new black box theatre facility. And EO1 will house research ICT services and the Centre for Online Learning, and laboratories and staff offices, mainly for science and engineering. This is the biggest capital development programme for the Institute that we've ever undertaken at one time. So if you've got suggestions for better names than Block L and EO1, please let us know. Many of you were involved in the recent virtual open day that had over 2,000 visitors. Thank you for participating in this, and the rewards are evident from a strong increase in CEO mentions. There will be more information on this by programme over the coming weeks. As you've seen from my recent email, we're now in formal discussions with St Andrews College on their integration into IT Sligo. This is great news for the future of the Institute, St Andrews, the TU, and for Sligo as a centre for regional growth. I've started the planning process to get the integration done, and will be having meetings with the Department of Further and Higher Education and with the HEA over the coming days. I hope that we will complete the process in a matter of months, so that IT Sligo can then enter the new TU with 2 campuses and 3 new discipline areas, including teacher education, home economics and nursing. I met with all of the staff unions on Tuesday lunchtime to explain this to them, and we will continue meeting with staff representative bodies, students and with management teams across both organisations to consider how we will integrate staff, services and systems. So what does the rest of the semester look like? Well, please answer on a self-addressed email, because we're nobody's sure. We will hear, or we have heard, that in early March there's a possibility for returning on campus for labs and workshops. This has yet to be confirmed, and to be realistic about it, the country needs to gain confidence that the COVID numbers are reducing to manageable levels and that reoccurrence is under control before they'll allow people to congregate. Obviously, our objective is to support students to complete the learning outcomes of their programmes, and we're running out of time in this semester. So Michelle Glacken, the registrar, and her team, together with the Academic Council, have been considering options for return on campus for when we're allowed to do so, and how we'll play catch-up in our labs and workshops. Briefly, our TU submission is at the final stage, ready for printing, and we've met the TU metrics, which are huge achievements in themselves. The final piece of the jigsaw is for the agreement with the TUI to be reached on equalisation of terms and conditions across the 3 institutions, followed by a TUI ballot. The TU submission will be made immediately following a positive vote in favour of the agreement. Anne Higgins is preparing a separate video to update on the TU process in more detail. Once again, I want to thank you all for working so hard during these restrictions. The Institute has been maintaining to a very high standard, and the health and safety and COVID emergency teams are working daily to keep those of us on campus safe. And as I look down these corridors, I'm a bit frightened by the emptiness and silence. But I have to remind myself daily that we are yet educating 8,200 people. And that is thanks to you, each of you, in your own roles, and to your commitment to the education of our students through the pandemic. On behalf of the students, thank you for that. We are all feeling weariness and stress and isolation. Maybe it's an Irish thing or it's just me, but I certainly miss the face-to-face company and the engagement which is so much part of our normal community living. I really want this to end. But let me end on an optimistic note. With the bright evenings, there's a chance to get out into the garden, to see the new spring buds, and to hear the birds singing, which is really building up the songbirds, if you listen. And that's nature's sign of hope and renewal. The story of my bees is another story. I'll save that for a different day. A lot going on there. Anyway, hang in there. There's the end in sight, and it's positive. Thank you all very much.